2 atomic bombs vaporized 200,000 people in seconds. Yet, one man stood at the epicenter of both blasts, survived, and lived to 93. Was it luck, or something darker? August 6, 1945. Hiroshima is a bustling city, unaware of the impending doom. Our protagonist, Tsutomu Yamaguchi, prepares to leave after a long business trip for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. Suddenly, a blinding flash cuts through the sky. A single American B-29 bomber releases Little Boy. The world changes forever in a fraction of a microsecond of pure, blinding energy. The shockwave rips through Hiroshima, vaporizing thousands instantly. Yamaguchi is thrown into a potato patch only 3 kilometers from ground zero, surrounded by a swirling vortex of black dust and fire. He survives with ruptured eardrums and severe burns on his left side. The city around him is gone, replaced by a smoking, hellish wasteland of twisted metal and charred, unrecognizable bodies. How did he survive a blast that melted concrete? Scientists say his distance saved him, but others whisper about quantum anomalies that protected him from the immediate thermal wave of death. Crawling through the burning ruins, Yamaguchi witnesses horrors beyond human comprehension. People walking like ghosts, their skin peeling off, yet he finds the strength to stand and walk away. He makes his way to the railway station, desperate to return home. The train is filled with injured, screaming citizens, fleeing the radioactive ashes of what was once a grand metropolis. The air is heavy with toxic fallout. Everyone around him breathes in lethal doses of radiation, destined to die within weeks. Yet, Yamaguchi's body seems to process the poison differently. He boards the train to Nagasaki, his hometown, seeking safety. He believes the worst is over, unaware that destiny is pulling him into another absolute nightmare of apocalyptic proportions. As the train rattles through the dark night, Yamaguchi clutches his bandaged wounds. The silence of the passengers is deafening, a collective shock of a nation facing an unimaginable new weapon. He arrives in Nagasaki on August 8th. His family is shocked to see him alive but bandaged. He tells them of a single bomb that destroyed Hiroshima, but they cannot believe him. The next morning, August 9th, despite his severe injuries and bandages, Yamaguchi reports to his office in Nagasaki. He needs to report the destruction to his skeptical company superiors. At 11 in the morning, as his supervisor calls him crazy for claiming one bomb destroyed a city, a familiar, terrifying white light fills the office windows. History repeats itself. Fat Man, a plutonium bomb far more powerful than the Hiroshima blast, detonates over Nagasaki. Once again, Yamaguchi is just 3 kilometers from ground zero, caught in the white-hot fury. The office building collapses in a roar of shattering glass and concrete. Yamaguchi is thrown to the floor, covered in debris, as the shockwave obliterates the city outside his window. When the dust clears, Yamaguchi crawls out of the ruins, remarkably alive once more. His bandages are blown away, but he has suffered no new major injuries from this second blast. He runs through the flaming streets of Nagasaki to find his wife and son. The city is a mirror image of Hiroshima, a nightmare landscape of black rain and glowing ash. Miraculously, his family has survived the blast in a bomb shelter, but the air they breathe is thick with the deadly poison of 2 distinct atomic detonations, a double lethal dose. Statistically, surviving 1 ground zero is rare. Surviving 2 is mathematically impossible. Yet Yamaguchi stands, breathing the toxic air of 2 shattered cities, his DNA seemingly untouched by the invisible fire. In the weeks that follow, thousands of survivors succumb to acute radiation syndrome. Their hair falls out, gums bleed, and internal organs fail. But Yamaguchi's severe burns slowly begin to heal. Doctors who examined him later were baffled. He did not develop leukemia, bone cancer, or any terminal illnesses that claim the lives of nearly everyone else exposed to such extreme radiation. How did his cellular structure resist the ionizing radiation? This anomaly sparks the ultimate question. Was Tsutomu Yamaguchi protected by a strange law of physics or a highly classified biological secret? Enter the theory of quantum immortality. This mind-bending concept from quantum mechanics suggests that a conscious observer cannot experience their own death, forcing their consciousness into a surviving parallel universe. In the infinite multiverse, every time Yamaguchi faced certain death, his consciousness shifted to a timeline where he survived. To us, he lived. To other worlds, he died repeatedly. Think about the odds. The thermal radiation, the blast wave, the falling debris, and the toxic fallout. In millions of parallel realities, he perished. We are living in his survival timeline. But is quantum mechanics the only explanation? Some researchers suggest a much more grounded, yet terrifying conspiracy. Secret Japanese military immunization programs conducted during the dark years of World War II. During the war, Japan's infamous Unit 731 conducted horrific biological experiments. Could they have discovered a primitive method to boost radiation resistance, testing it on select industrial workers like Yamaguchi? Yamaguchi worked for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, a major military contractor. Was he given an experimental drug or vaccine under the guise of routine medical treatment before his fateful journey to Hiroshima? This theory suggests that certain elite workers were secretly immunized against radiation, allowing them to survive the expected atomic warfare. But could such advanced technology exist in 1945? If not a secret vaccine, what about his genetic code? Modern geneticists have studied the survivors, searching for super genes that repair DNA damage from radiation at an accelerated, near-impossible rate. Perhaps Yamaguchi possessed a rare genetic mutation that made his cells impervious to the destructive power of gamma rays, a natural shield built into his very DNA, protecting his organs. But genetic mutations do not explain surviving 2 supersonic blast waves and falling buildings. The physical trauma alone should have crushed him. His survival remains an unsolved, multi-layered scientific mystery. Let us look at his life after the war. Yamaguchi became a translator, an author, and later, a vocal advocate for nuclear disarmament. He lived a quiet, remarkably active life. He did not hide. He spoke to the United Nations, telling his story to world leaders, urging them to ban nuclear weapons. His voice carried the weight of 2 dead cities. As he aged, doctors monitored him closely. Surely the latent radiation would catch up with him. Yet he reached his 70s, 80s, and finally his 90s with incredible mental clarity. He eventually passed away in 2010 at the ripe age of 93. The official cause of death was stomach cancer, a disease common among elderly Japanese men. To live 93 years after absorbing 2 lethal doses of radiation is a biological miracle. It challenges everything we know about the deadly long-term effects of nuclear fallout on humans. Was his stomach cancer the final delayed strike of the bomb, or simply the natural end of a long life? 93 years is a testament to an unimaginable physical resilience. Let us return to the quantum immortality theory. If his consciousness kept shifting, did he feel the shifts? Did he experience strange moments of déjà vu or split-second dual memories? In quantum physics, the many worlds interpretation suggests that all possible alternate histories are real. For every event, the universe splits. Yamaguchi survived because a surviving path always existed for him. Imagine the psychological toll, living with the subconscious knowledge that you are a survivor of 2 apocalypses, while millions of alternate versions of you were vaporized in blinding white flashes. Or perhaps the government conspiracy holds weight. If Mitsubishi and the military knew about radiation, they kept it secret. The archives of Unit 731 were largely destroyed or classified by occupation forces. Did the United States government cover up the existence of a radiation immunization drug? After the war, many Japanese scientists were granted immunity in exchange for their biological research data. If such a drug existed, it would be the most valuable secret in the world during the Cold War. A secret that would keep Yamaguchi alive and under quiet surveillance. Yet no medical records of such treatment have ever surfaced. Yamaguchi himself always maintained he was simply lucky, a man blessed and cursed by fate to bear witness to history. But luck is a poor scientific explanation for surviving 2 ground zeros. The odds are 1 in several billion. It is like winning the lottery twice while being struck by lightning. Some believe Yamaguchi was a biological anchor, a rare individual whose presence stabilizes the local timeline, preventing total annihilation of the surrounding area from cascading into a global catastrophe. In the esoteric corners of physics, some theorize that certain lives are destined to witness key historical turning points. Their survival is guaranteed by the universe to ensure the timeline remains intact. Whatever the truth, his physical survival is documented. The Japanese government officially recognized him as a double hibakusha in 2009, the only person officially certified to survive both. This official recognition came late in his life, but it confirmed what many already knew. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was a living legend, a human bridge between two of history's darkest moments. His story forces us to look closely at the nature of reality. Is our life determined by random luck, genetic lottery, or are we actors in a highly scripted quantum hologram? When we look at the footage of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we see utter devastation. Nothing should have survived. Yet, amid the ash and ruin, Yamaguchi walked out, breathing, living, thinking. His burns healed without advanced medical care. In 1945, Japan's medical system was completely shattered. There were no modern burn units, no skin grafts, and no specialized radiation therapies. He survived on basic bandages and sheer will. His body fought off infections that killed thousands of other burn victims. This incredible immune response remains an absolute medical marvel to this day. Could his psychological state have triggered this survival? Psychoneural immunology suggests a powerful will to live can drastically alter biological responses, boosting the immune system to fight off lethal radiation damage. Yamaguchi was determined to see his family again. This intense emotional anchor might have kept his cellular systems functioning, overriding the destructive ionization of the atomic fallout in his body. But can willpower stop gamma rays from shredding your DNA? Gamma radiation physically destroys chromosomes. No amount of positive thinking can rebuild shattered DNA strands unless assisted by an unknown mechanism. This brings us back to the mystery of his cellular repair mechanisms. His cells must have had an extraordinary ability to repair double-strand DNA breaks before they could trigger cell death. If scientists could unlock the secret of Yamaguchi's DNA, they could develop cures for radiation sickness, protect astronauts from cosmic rays, and revolutionize cancer treatments using advanced genetic therapies. But those secrets remain locked in his grave. He took the true nature of his resilience with him, leaving us to wonder if he was a normal man or a genetic pioneer. As we delve deeper into the archives, we find that Yamaguchi's case is not entirely unique, but certainly the most extreme. A few others survived both, but none lived as long. Their lives were cut short by various cancers and chronic illnesses. Yamaguchi stands alone as the ultimate survivor, a beacon of human endurance against the ultimate weapons of mass destruction. His longevity remains a quiet challenge to the nuclear deterrence theory. If one man can survive 2 bombs, does it diminish the absolute terror of these weapons or highlight their horrific randomness? Yamaguchi believed the latter. He wrote books and poems describing the horrors of the atomic flash, ensuring that future generations would understand the terrifying, hellish reality of nuclear warfare. His eyes, which witnessed 2 rising suns of destruction, saw the world change from the ashes of empire to the high-tech modern era. He was a living archive of human folly. In his final years, he expressed hope that nuclear weapons would be abolished. He saw his survival as a mandate from a higher power to spread the message of absolute peace. Whether it was God, quantum physics, secret military science, or a genetic miracle, his life served a grand purpose. He became the voice of 200,000 silent souls. We are left with the lingering questions. Was Tsutomu Yamaguchi a traveler of the multiverse, a beneficiary of a secret wartime drug, or simply the luckiest man to ever live? Each theory offers a different perspective on our world. The quantum theory suggests we are all immortal in some branch of reality. The conspiracy theory warns of deep hidden secrets. The genetic theory gives hope for human adaptation. But perhaps the truth is a combination of all 3, woven into the fabric of a life that defied the laws of probability. As the shadow of nuclear conflict still looms over our modern world, the story of the man who couldn't die remains more relevant, mysterious, and deeply chilling than ever before. The dark truth of Tsutomu Yamaguchi may never be fully known. He remains a ghostly anomaly in history, a man who walked through hell twice and lived to tell the tale. Did Yamaguchi survive through quantum physics or a secret conspiracy? Share your thoughts below, hit that like button, subscribe for more dark mysteries, and share this incredible story today.